One of the problems with bullying is that people are very clever and harassing actually, and don't bully in front of other people. Obviously not. Although we have had people in the workplace who actually don't care. So if they're protected by the upper echelons of the organization, they don't care. They bully and harass with impunity because they know they're protected and there's going to be no consequence. In that case, what one of my clients told me was such a great way of dealing with it. If they know that the bully is protected and the senior management is not going to do anything about it, then what they did, and an IR lady of a company that I was training told me the story. She said she gathered 4 to 5 of them and they walked up to the bully's office like a phalanx and stood at his door and like held the door closed so that he couldn't get out, which made him feel a little bit trapped, and said, "We're onto you. We know what you're doing. We are watching you. We know that you are an unmitigated bully and that you are bullying X in the most unacceptable way. So we're going to watch you over the next period. We want you from now on to treat this person with the utmost respect. Imagine that that person is your wife and your daughter, and you treat that person in the same way as what you treat your wife and your daughter. And we will be watching you. We'll watch you every single step. And if you don't do this properly, then there will be consequences." And they walked out. And when they told me the story, it was 3 years later, and he'd actually been on the straight and narrow ever since. But what happens if you are being bullied and you want to start lodging a grievance, but you have absolutely zip evidence? What you do is you go past one of the shops on the way home and you buy yourself a lined book, preferably one with dates in them, so a diary, and you document every single thing that happens from now on. You document it with the date, the time, the place, but more importantly, you document exactly what that person said in the very words that they used. I had a very interesting example of how well that works recently. I was helping a client prepare for a disciplinary inquiry where she was the grievant. And when the chairperson heard the verbatim steps that she had written down, the words of the perpetrator, the chairperson said, "Oh, wow, well, that sounds exactly like Derek. It sounds like something that Derek would have said." So, it helps in your evidence from that perspective as well.